Welcome to Creed. Some of us have stopped growing and we have stopped moving. It's not that we don't have enough motivation for us to move, and it's not that we don't have anything to benefit by moving and growing, but just because we depend so much on other people for our growth. Some of us believe that if we are not helped by other people, we won't be in a position to have success in our lives. We tend to put so much trust on other people until we forget that God can work it for us. But the Bible in the book of Jeremiah 17, verse 5 talks about, "Cursed is he who trusts in man." You may rely so much on people, but when time comes when you really need their help, they will be nowhere to be seen. And you will be left all alone, and the only person who can help you is God, and the only person who can push you is you. Kindly like and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification button. Our reading for today will come from the book of John 5, and we're going to read from verse 1 up to 15. And the Bible says, "After this there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool, in Hebrew called Bethzatha, which has 5 porticos. In this lay a multitude of individuals, blind, lame, paralyzed. One man was there who had been ill for 38 years. When Jesus saw him and knew that he had been laying there a long time, he said to him, 'Do you want to be healed?' The sick man answered him, 'Sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is troubled, and while I am going, another steps down before me.' Jesus said to him, 'Rise, take up your pallet and walk.' And at once the man was healed, and he took up his pallet and walked. Now that day was the Sabbath. So the Jews said to the man who was cured, 'It is the Sabbath. Is it not lawful for you to carry your pallet?' But he answered them, 'The man who healed me said to me, Take up your pallet and walk.' They asked him, 'Who is the man who said to you, Take up your pallet and walk?' Now the man who had been healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, as there was a crowd in the place. Afterward, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, 'See, you are well. Sin no more, that nothing worse befall you.' The man went away and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had healed him." In this reading, we are told about the pool of Bethzatha. And this was a unique pool where individuals who were blind, lame, and paralyzed would gather in the porticos in order to receive their healing. And it is said that an angel would stir up the waters of the pool, and whoever would enter the water first will be cured of their sickness. We are told about this crippled man who had been by the pool for 38 good years. And when Jesus saw him, he knew that he had been laying there for a while. And he asked him, "Do you want to be healed?" And instead of the man giving a straightforward answer to Jesus, he started explaining and telling him how he had no one to put him in the pool. Some of us have the same mentality as this person, because this person it's not like he was blind, he could see. But for 38 years, he could just see people coming in and going while he was still seated by the pool. And for all those years, his best excuse was that there was no one to put him inside the pool. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's a high time that you stopped depending on people and you start pushing yourself towards your goals. You want to be healed? Push yourself. You want to make it in life? Push yourself and stop depending on people. One would have thought that for 38 years he would have learned new tricks on how to get into the water quicker than any other person. But since his mind was just there waiting for someone to do it for him, it became almost impossible for it to happen. But Jesus said to him, "Rise, take up your pallet and walk." And at once the man was healed, and he took up his pallet and walked. And the Bible goes ahead to tell us that as the guy was walking away, he met with other Jews. And they said to him, "Why do you carry your pallet on this day? Because it is the Sabbath." But he answered them and said, "The man who healed me said to me, 'Take up your pallet and walk.'" It's funny how when he starts to walk is when people come to him and start having a conversation. When he was there crippled, there was no one even to put him in the pool. But now that he is okay and walking, people now want to associate with him. People will always want to have a relationship with you when you rise. But when you're down, most of them don't really care about you. And instead of them being happy that this man was healed, they were more concerned about the Sabbath than the healing. Jesus will always want what is best for you. And through it all, you also need to push yourself and stop depending on man. Kindly like and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification button and leave a comment. May God bless you so much.